Hi guys, welcome back to What's Cooking Wednesday on BigJon TV. If you're new here, I'm Jess, and on Wednesdays you'll find me in the kitchen sharing with you one of the meals I'm making my family for the week. Today, it's middle of May, getting to be the end of the school year. My kids have less than a month of school left, so that means all their final projects are due. We have music concerts, we've got baseball games this week. It's going to be so hectic, so this has to be a quick meal. In fact, I'm going to make double of this meal and put some away for a future. The meal we're going to make is a classic cottage pie. Now, my whole life we've made this meal, but we've always called it shepherd's pie. Come to find out, if you use ground beef, it is cottage pie. If you use lamb, it's shepherd's pie. So I've never used lamb, so I've never made a shepherd's pie. This one is super easy. It's only going to take a couple of pots and pans. It's going to come together in less than 30 minutes probably. So let's get going. Alright, in our large pan we've got about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. To that we're going to add 2.5 to 3 pounds of ground beef. As this browns, we're going to break it up. Make nice little pieces. We call this ground beef. In the UK this is called mince beef, or beef mince maybe. Once our meat is mostly browned, we're going to add in 1 cup of carrots, 1 cup of celery, 1 cup of diced onion. I'm also going to add in, this is about 4 cloves of garlic. We like things fairly garlicky. If you don't care for as much, lower the amount. I've also seen peas added in at this stage, but I'm the only one in the house who would eat peas, so I'm not adding them in. We're going to let those veggies soften for about 5 minutes or so. Alright, while those are softening up, I'm going to add in 2 bay leaves and about half a teaspoon of thyme. Because I used a fairly lean beef, I'm not going to need to drain this off. You can see there's very little fat at the bottom, and we actually need some of that to make our gravy. Next, we're going to stir in 3 tablespoons of flour. Next, we'll add in 1 tablespoon of tomato sauce. 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and our final ingredient is 3 cups of beef stock or beef broth. We'll let this simmer for a few minutes and thicken up. Alright, this is thickening up nicely. We're going to, let's see, find our bay leaves and dig those guys out. Final ingredient, we're going to add about a teaspoon of black pepper. Yeah, I found it! Alright, we're going to set this aside and work on our potatoes. Alright, I've boiled off about 4 big potatoes. To that I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of butter and 1 cup of milk. Now get smashing. I did use a mix of russet potatoes and red potatoes, and on some of the red potatoes I've left the skin on because it's a very thin skin and I do kind of like the rustic look. Next, I'm going to add in a teaspoon of garlic salt, half a cup of heavy whipping cream, and about a half a cup of cheese. This can be any cheese you like. I'm using a cheddar jack mix. Alright, mix everything in. Now that our potatoes are all mashed, I'm going to switch to a mixing spoon. Make sure everything's fully incorporated. These look fabulous. They're a little bit maybe more wet than you would typically serve, but that's okay because these are going to get baked again. All right, let's put everything together. All right, we're dividing this up evenly between these two baking dishes. We'll have one for tonight, one for another night. All right, those look pretty good. All right, now we will top this with our potatoes. We are almost finished here. So if you wanted to make this a bit quicker, you could always use instant potatoes, but I had potatoes that I needed to get rid of, so this works out well. You could also use frozen vegetables to cut a little time. But overall, this was pretty quick for making 2 meals. One for tonight, one for the future. All right, on the one I'm gonna cook tonight, I'm gonna add a sprinkle of cheese on the top. This step is completely optional, but I think it's pretty tasty. And if I'm going to do it to the other one, I'll wait and do that right before I bake it. Alright, the cottage pie that's going into the freezer, I'm going to let it cool completely. We'll cover it with saran wrap really tightly, and then it'll go into the freezer. This one we're eating tonight, it's going to end up in a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes or so, just till the top is nice and golden. Alright, our cottage pie is out of the oven. It looks and smells fantastic. Let's get the family in here and we'll give this a taste. Ta-da!
Dinner time!
So we don't normally all sit on one side of the table for dinner. That's kind of awkward.
Normally for our Wednesday videos, we all just kind of pile up at the counter and take a few bites, but it was brought to our attention and thrown out there that on a Wednesday video that involves everybody for a family dinner, we should just show it somewhat as a family dinner. So, good idea. Let's try it. This smells fantastic, by the way.
So this is a cottage pie. It's got mashed potatoes on top. It's got minced beef, ground beef in the bottom. And it smells fantastic.
Okay. Let's see if I can get that out of there.
Hey!
Oh, perfect.
Oh, yeah. Other than that one little chunk, that was a perfect scoop. Okay, Matt, you ready?
Yes.
Ooh, I like that the top got all nice and crunchy.
Ooh, that's a big pile.
If you can't eat that all, it's alright.
I need a fork.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Up,
Over the edge.
Over the edge.
And you have failed.
Failed.
That's good.
Oh, that smells so good.
Yeah.
Would you like a fork?
Yes, please. This is definitely not finger food.
Sure it is.
That's That's what you used to eat. Thank goodness you don't eat
Here
anymore.
we go.
This is spicy. No, not spicy. Hot.
Mm-hmm.
Temperature hot. There's not really any spice to it.
Oh, that's nice.
There's a little bit of a bite from the Worcestershire.
Did you use any Marmite?
No, but I did see that suggestion.
And it probably would have fit into this dish
It probably
too.
would have. I'll have to try it in my next stew.
Yeah. This is a winner. I mean, this is, I don't know if I'd say staple.
It's a fairly traditional or fairly regular meal for us.
Right.
But I always called it shepherd's
Try
pie.
this.
Sorry.
Right.
I did.
We've learned.
Yeah.
We've since learned. So yeah, this is definitely a winner. I got absolutely no complaints. Delicious. Jamie, you like it too?
Kind of. You know what
Kind
it
of.
is? Mashed potatoes. Yeah.
And meat. And all sorts of goodies.
Cheese.
All right. Well, let's wrap up the video so we can finish eating properly.
Well, that was quick.
That was quick. Look at all that cheese on top.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a cheese skirt on the top of it. Isn't it delicious? Yep. All right, guys.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you've done all the things. Like, share, comment.
Like, subscribe, and share with your friends.
There you go.
Yes. We'll catch you on the next
All
one.
right, guys.
Bye.
See ya.